What's going on, guys? Kesten from the Geeks at the Roundtable, and today I'm bringing you a review of Anime NYC 2021 that happened about 2 weeks ago, almost 2 weeks ago, on November 19th to the 21st. It's the first Anime NYC since COVID shut down 2020, and that was just a nightmare because everybody was looking forward to it, and everybody think we would have had it under control by then to get, have Anime NYC 2020, but it didn't happen. So with a return to grace, we had it this year, and there was the con. Overall, I will say right off the bat, aside from a few issues, the con was good. The con was really good. It felt like home. It felt like just like returning to an old friend's house and just like meeting up with them, just talking and shooting the breeze. Now, I'm going to list all the pros. I'm going to list a few cons because every convention has some cons. No pun intended. But that's how these things work. The pros. It like I said earlier, it felt like home. Like seeing old faces, all the cosplays, the booths, everything. It was great. The panels that I went to were informative. It was amazing. All the guests that was there. The cosplayers, because the cosplayers are what makes the con. Cosplays are what makes everything worth it. Like, there was a crowd, but it wasn't a bad crowd. Like, everything was spaced out except Artist Alley, which I'll get into at the cons. But everything was spaced out. Like, you weren't really bumping into much with anybody unless you was like by a crowded area, like the HoloLive area, the Fate area, the Genshin Impact area, and on Friday, the Arc System Works booth. Aside from that, everything else was just like, it was smooth sailing. The guests that they had with what they were able to get, it was a solid list. We had Zeno Robinson, Sean Schemmel, Christopher Sabat. Those are just names come off the top of my head. I forgot her name. Anaris, I can't pronounce her last name. She voiced Miracle. She was there as well. A lot of industry guests, so it was really good. Unfortunately, they couldn't get no Japanese guests or overseas guests because we're still in a pandemic, and traveling from Japan to New York would have been a hassle and a half. But they worked with what they had. It was really good. Like, the lines were for those industry guests were out of this world. And by this world, I mean it was long, because like Sean Schemmel's line was long. Christopher Sabat's line was long. Zeno Robinson's line was long, and I felt bad because on Sunday it capped, like right when I went to go see if I could talk to them real quick, the line had capped out already. It was only because I was pressed that I was able to at least exchange a quick few words with them. But it's Sunday, it's the last day of the con, things close up early, but you really can't expect much of anything else. The booth that was there, it was a nice variety. Hypeland, Arxis Works, Mihoyo, HoloLive. I think Bandai was there. Yeah, Bandai was there. Then you have stuff like Media Blasters and Shadow Ciara. Media Blasters. I forgot what this other booth was that sold hentai, but Eric's boy helped run the booth. So that DreamCon, RDC World, they had their own booth. That was wild. Like, I found that really cool that they was able to get their own booth and promote their con and everything. Best believe I'm going to be there next year. Me and the boys are going to be there. I'm sorry, me and the brothers and babes and non-binary babies, because we represent all the spectrum in the round table. We're all going to be there, so don't worry about that. I'm going to see us there. Back to Anime NYC. Alright, so the cons. We were going to do random cosplay interviews, cosplay on the street interviews with Necro, but we had some issues with sound from the mics that was on camera, so we really couldn't get that out for you guys. I deeply apologize. I tried my hardest. But all the cons that they had were the same. Friday was a disaster. Friday was an unmitigated disaster. It was line con out the wazoo. Like, the line, I believe, ran down to, I think, 36th to 37th Street, I believe. And people were pissed because people was out there since like 10, 11 a.m. waiting to get their wristbands and go pick up their badges. The only select few people that didn't have issues were if you were a panelist, pro, press, artist alley, or you ran a booth, which I believe falls under pro. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. But like, if you fell in any of those categories, you got into con really easily. Which is why my Friday wasn't that bad, because I got it with the greatest ease. But I do feel bad for all those that missed majority of the con Friday because of LineCon. And as of this recording, Peter Tatara, the owner of Anime NYC, did put up a statement and apologized to everyone. And if I remember correctly, he, like, everybody that missed a lot of Friday or most of Friday and only had a Friday ticket and a proof of purchase, I believe he's issuing refunds for those people. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I've been seeing a lot of around the internet for those who didn't go. Well, for those who went. Now, another con, me personally, a lot of the stuff that people wanted to pick up from the Mihoyo Booth, we couldn't get because apparently Customs held a lot of those, like most of the merch that was supposed to be at the booth. Customs had it hostage, pretty much. Like, there's no other way to sugarcoat it. Customs had it hostage. Like, none of the stuff came until I believe the next day. If it even came. I have to ask my friend who went there, who was like really circling the booth, to see if any of the merchandise came. All we really got was posters. And I managed to cop 2 of those, so I'm kind of happy. Well, posters and a bag. I didn't get the bag, but it's okay. The lines for some of the panel, the guests, the industry guests, like Sean Shem and them, the lines were long. Like, the lines were really long. Like, if you wanted an autograph, a picture, whatever, you had to be dedicated to stay on that line. Because, Lord have mercy. I circled that area where the voice actors were, where there was no autographs and stuff. I frequented that area with Eric and my niece, because this was her first con. And the line were always, like Sean Schimmel, Christopher Sabat, a lot of them, their lines were always long. And we went back to those areas like every hour on the hour, or a little bit after, and the lines were still long. There has to be a quicker way to get your autograph, get your picture, whatever, and keep the line moving, because a lot of people was pissed off about that. That's another thing that people were pissed off about, that because they couldn't get the autographs because they didn't want to wait that long. And it was bad, man. Artist alley. Some people didn't find an issue with it. Me, I feel like Artist alley got the shit end of the stick because it was cramped. Artist alley was really cramped, and that's where most of the crowd was. Because every time you went to Artist alley, you was bumping shoulders with people. You was like knocking people's things over, like knocking off the hat or something, because you were sitting there. Just it was packed. Like, Artist alley, honestly speaking, needs to not be in the area where it was, and it needs to be like, I want to say where the dealers area was, like dealers room and stuff. Like, I think they should split that area with Artist alley. And where Artist alley was, still have artists or dealers there, but just like have them spaced out, because it was bad. People still got this up. Artists still sold out, which I'm happy for. Every artist that sold out, I'm happy for y'all. Y'all made buck. Y'all made your money. But I've seen some of them have the same complaints about the crowd. Overall, Anime NYC 2021, the return, was fun. I personally would give it 4 out of 5 stars, or 4 out of 5 too sweets, because at the end of the day, everything was fun. You got your money's worth. The only real issue was Friday and the lines after that. But everything else ran smoothly. The panels were amazing, informative. The One Piece concert, I heard, was amazing. The One Piece 1000 episode showing, was amazing. The My Hero concert was amazing. Like, we have actually, I think we're gonna have Jordan review a movie that he saw. I can't say nothing about it yet because he's under NDA. But stick around for a review sometime in January when the embargo's up. Because from what I'm hearing, that movie was amazing. But I'm not gonna hold y'all. Let me know what y'all thought about Anime NYC. Was it good? Was it bad? What was your complaints about it? Let me know in the comments. Be sure to like what you, if you like what you see, be sure to like, subscribe. We're coming back hard with season 4 very soon. It might be next week. Who knows? But again, this is Kesten representing Geeks at the Roundtable, and we'll see y'all